Hello, everyone. I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. And the reason I'm saying that is because there is a lot of people, there are, well, leftoids who wish we were as miserable as them, who hate Thanksgiving because they don't like to see us happy. If we're happy with an American tradition, they're really mad about that. So, what am I talking about? Well, let's have a few examples of what I'm talking about. For example, we have here John Leguizamo. He's known for playing um, the villain in Spawn, in the movie Spawn. Awful movie. One of, for me, it's one of the worst superhero movies ever. Well, maybe one of the top 10 worst superhero movies. I did like some parts. And he also played Luigi from from the movie Super Mario Brothers, another awful movie. But yeah, as you guys can see here, he tweeted this: "Happy Indigenous Survivors Day. Screw Thanksgiving." And then he puts this picture. Look, this guy is one of these celebrities who is not only miserable, but he is like like the blacks who were happy with minstrel shows. That's what he is. What am I talking about? Well, just look at his profile right here. He uses the word Latinx in order to describe himself. I'm sorry, but for us Latin people, for us Hispanics, that word Latinx is our N word. It's We don't like that word. We don't use it. Only for us is just embarrassing when an Hispanic guy uses that word for himself, herself, or for us. It's embarrassing. So there you go. When a Latin guy uses that word, I'm sorry, but your Hispanic card has been revoked, dude. Anyways, let's keep going. Let's see another example of miserable celebrity. We have this woman who played Blossom in the 1990s. I remember I was a kid and I found her very, um, okay, I don't want to be that mean, I guess, not attractive. But let's see what she says about Thanksgiving.
I'm sorry to be such a Debbie Downer about the whole thing, but I don't think there's anything appealing about a holiday where you eat so much that you're going to explode. And that's what you say, like, oh, I ate so much I was going to explode, and then I had to take a nap, but then I woke up.
You look like you're gonna explode.
Minus the turkey. And considering that I am a very hardworking, divorced mom with no nanny and no housekeeper and no chef, I'm just over it. I'm over the cooking and the cleaning.
I'm pretty sure your husband had his good reasons for the divorce. Let's go for the, I don't know, maybe the real reason why she hates Thanksgiving.
I grew up coloring pictures of pilgrims and indigenous people of the Americas, we called them Indians when I was a child, having this beautiful, joyous Thanksgiving meal together. There was corn and turkey and pumpkins and a cornucopia of stuff just pouring out on the table. Everybody's having a great time. The truth is, European invaders came to this land, took it from the indigenous people, raped, pillaged, gave them all sorts of diseases, called it their own, and desecrated a culture. It is one of the grossest examples of genocide in recent history. And much as I don't want to think that Thanksgiving's about that, it's really hard for me to not think about that.
Okay, your face is gross, okay? Now, this whole thing about that the Indians had it better before the European came here, no, no, no. The the Aztecs, the culture of the Aztecs were violent. A lot of Women and children were sacrificed. The reason Indians welcomed Europeans, it was because the Indians didn't have it better. Um, let's take an example here from Peru. Um, let me show you what I tweeted today.
Say they've uncovered the largest burial site of child sacrifices in the world. The skeletal remains of at least 227 children have been found since 2016. The bodies were buried in the coastal desert north of Lima between 600 and 800 years ago during the Chimu period. The pre-Columbian society thrived between the years 900 and 1475 until it was conquered by the Inca Empire. The bodies were found facing the Pacific Ocean near a port that was favored at the time. The mass grave tells a grim tale. The lead excavator says the site is similar to nearby burial grounds where large groups of children were interred after they were marched to the coast and stabbed in the chest one by one. The victims are estimated to have been between 4 and 14 years old when they were killed, and some of the bodies still had traces of skin and hair. He also says the children were likely a sacrifice to the gods that controlled the El Nino phenomenon, in hopes of preventing devastating storms. The dig has uncovered 95 bodies this year alone, and excavators are not done with their search. Experts say there may be many more skeletons waiting to be discovered.
Yeah, so peaceful. They had it so good before the Europeans came to America. It was so good. We had it so good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We wish the white people didn't come to America. So let's be real. We're we're thankful. We should be thankful that Europeans came to America. Okay, we should be thankful for civilization. Let's just stop playing ridiculous games. So let's check on another dumb celebrity. This is Don Chiaro. He plays a superhero in one of those Marvel movies. And let's see. Well, this is interesting. His background is interesting. This is a guy who is always, this actor, he's always complaining about my racism and stuff like that. Okay, well, not my racism. He's always complaining against white people. That's where it is. Because he suffers of anti-whiteism. Anyways, let's check out this video.
Your ancestors were enslaved by Native Americans. Here's your great-great-grandmother, Mary Kemp, her 11 children, including Bill Cheadle, your great-grandfather, William. And you can see William's father, Henderson, or Hence Cheadle. You are one of the few African Americans who was not enslaved by white people, enslaved by Native Americans.
I don't know how I feel about that. It's crazy because really you feel like, oh, the two biggest blights on the way this country started, you know.
So you're telling me that slavery is not a white people thing? Really? Huh. He's just devastated that he cannot blame white people for the slavery of his ancestors. How just look at his face. Look how disappointing he is. Idiot. And now let's go to the worst of them all. Good old Joy Reid.
We begin tonight with Thanksgiving, the day we gather with friends and family to enjoy turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie. We throw on the game, catch up on our lives, and then discuss, or quite possibly argue, about religion and politics. For millions of Americans, it's a day of cherished traditions. And as Americans, we certainly value those traditions. But it's also important to unpack the myth of Thanksgiving. It is a holiday riddled with historical inaccuracies, built on this myth that the indigenous welcomed their colonizers with open arms and ears of corn. a simplistic fairy tale interpretation of a 1621 encounter between indigenous tribes and English settlers that erases the genocide that followed. It's the truth Republicans want banned from our textbooks. Because
No, no. What we want banned is the porn that you're putting for kids in our in our textbooks. That's what we want banned. That's what we want erased. So let's be real here. Anyways, that's it for today. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please support my channel by hitting the subscribe button. And if you wanna support me in any other way, I have a non-woke comic book. It's on Amazon. It's about a superhero team that travels to space and to fight an evil woke corporation. I'm very proud of this comic book. I did the whole thing. I did the covers, I did the inking, I did the drawings, I did the writing, I did everything. So if you guys are looking for a book, for something to read for Christmas, well, check out my comic book. I'm very proud of it. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. See you guys later, and God bless.